don't like that screensaver.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Psychedelic.
Now we all need to buy that book called The Psychedelic Experience.
Been there, done that.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I hope everybody got a chance to participate in the quiz. The answers to the questions should be released now. So if you have a cell phone, you can probably check your score right now. If not, you can always wait until the class is over, go to a computer lab, and then check your score. So what we'll do today is to continue from where we left off last time.
I got the email saying don't do the cloud thing, and then
You didn't do the quiz thing?
no.
No?
I got the email about not doing the cloud thing, and I think I just grouped it all together.
Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't very clear about which one is which one. All right, since I wasn't very clear, and this is the first time we do homework online, I'm going to postpone the checkpoint too. So if you have not done the checkpoint yet, you have until, give you 2 more days. How's that? Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna change the due date of that as soon as I get to that point. And meanwhile, I will pass the row sheet.
And that'll give me a chance to get to a computer
Right.
while
so you
mine's
can-
in the shop.
Right. So I'm not changing the questions, so it still be the same questions. You just you can turn it in 2 days. So Saturday.
Perfect.
And this is being very slow. I don't know why. Okay. So about cloud applications, when we see the screen here, we are already actually doing, we're seeing some of the applications already. So I'll just go ahead and log in as myself. I haven't, set up my account using my school address, but that's okay. That's not really needed.
So what I found out is that it doesn't link up with. I already have a Gmail account.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't link up with the Gmail account.
Is there an option to do that, to forward the email to your other account? Go ahead.
There is, because I have Gmail and I get all those emails forwarded through it.
Okay.
But they were being forwarded from my iMail, and now they're not. So I have to go into the new one and set the settings again?
Yeah, go into the settings
Okay.
again and just tell it to forward it.
They should have been able to copy that setting. I guess somehow they couldn't figure out how to do it. It seems like something that can be done automatically.
It requires a confirmation email, so when you add your email address that you want to forward it to, it sends out an email to that account. You have to click a link back to authorize it.
Okay.
So we could just go to Google and then go to Moodle and then submit homework and stuff that way?
Let me go through this one time so that you guys know what to do with it, okay? And let me just double check, make sure it's all being recorded right now, and it is. All right. So at this point, I'm signed in already, and this is Google Chrome. If I go to the Google website, I will see the applications on the top, okay? Now, Gmail by itself can be considered a cloud application already because it's an email client. An email client is basically a program that you use to read your email, to send your email, and stuff like that. So Gmail by itself can be considered a cloud application already. But when we think about application, do you still remember productivity software that we talked about the other day on Tuesday? We need word processing, spreadsheet, that sort of thing. So most people think applications, like that sort. And we can do that also using cloud application. So right now I'm going to Drive, okay? And I think you guys probably have the same thing, either as Drive or Documents. So what I can do now is I can click Create, and then I can create a document, a presentation, spreadsheet, form, drawing, and so on. So I'll just go ahead and create a document. When I create a document, it looks like this, which is a very simple word processing type of interface. It's not that different from LibreOffice, except this one doesn't give you as many options. You can still do quite a bit, of work with this. For instance, you can click Insert, and you can insert images. In other words, you can create documents with images in it. And once you include or insert an image into a document, you can actually drag it around and change the placement of the image. You can do equations too. You can add an equation to your document. For your homework assignment, let me just go back to the homework part here. Your word processing in the cloud homework is a cloud application homework. So what you will be doing here is to follow the instruction, sign up for a Google account, and you can use your Gmail account for school for this purpose. So that's fine with me. Use Google Drive to write a brief paragraph about cloud applications. So it has to be in your own words, okay? It cannot be copied and pasted from Wikipedia or some other sources. So I'm gonna do a very minimal, homework here. So I'll just say, cloud, okay, to write the cloud applications, okay? So I would just say cloud applications are useful because they do not need to be installed on my own computer, and someone else is maintaining the updates, upgrades, and all other chores related to keeping an application running. So I'll just use this as an example. So I'm going to turn this in. So the question now is, how am I going to turn it in? The first thing is you might want to go to File and then rename the file, because the file has a name right now. The file name right now is Untitled Document, which is not very useful because when you just look at all the documents that you have under your drive, you see this document saying untitled document, and then you may end up with a lot of untitled documents. So you might want to change this one to something that's more descriptive, like cisc310 cloud app homework, or something to that effect. Okay, your name doesn't have to be on it, because when I get your link, I can actually associate that with the person who's writing it. So I click OK, and you can see now the file name has been changed to this one. Next, what you want to do, according to the homework assignment, is to set up the sharing to share with my Google account, and it has to be this particular one. I only need to view it. So what you want to do is to go back to your document, click Share, because by default your document is private only to you, which means nobody else can read it. Okay, no one else can read your document at this point. So you click this link here, and it opens up a little dialog box. So what you want to do is to add people, and to avoid any typing mistake, you can go to the assignment itself, copy this part, go back to your document, and when it says add people, just paste my email address here, and instead of saying can edit, you just change it to can view. That's all that you need. Okay, I don't want to change your document, I just need to be able to view your document. And then the rest you can just keep the default here. You don't have to select this option because you are required to send me a link also through Moodle. So that's why you don't need to send me an email. I don't need to receive 44 email messages about sharing documents with me. Okay. So I can uncheck this one, and then all you have to do is to say share and save, like that. And then once you have clicked that, the next thing you want to do is to copy and paste this link to share. It is already highlighted. If it is not highlighted, all you have to do is to click it once to highlight it, Control-C to copy. And then you go back to the homework assignment. Let me change my role as a student, so this way I can show you what you will
Go
see.
back.
Yep.
How did you get it from?
You can click it once. Okay.
It'll already be in the. It'll already be in that bar.
Yes, it should be. So you click it once to make sure it's highlighted, right click, and then select copy. Go back to the homework assignment, And I have to change my role, so you just have to wait a little bit here as I change my role to a student. So change my role to a student. So this way you will see exactly what you should be seeing. And then go back to the homework assignment. You have to click Add Submission. And in the submission, it will give you, an option to create online text, which is really just, another, editor word processing thing. At this point, if you want to be simplistic, just paste a link. Okay, use keyboard instead. Okay, so Control V would do it. Okay, so Control V would do this. You don't have to turn this into a hyperlink because in a worst case scenario, I just copy and paste this into the URL. So you don't have to deal with making this a link. But for those of you who want to make this fancy, you can always select this entire thing, click the link tool here, and then paste the entire link here, and then the title. You don't really have to do it. You just have to say it is Cloud App Assignment. This part you don't have to do. You click Insert, and you can see that this entire thing becomes a hyperlink. It just makes it easier for me to click that link and go to your document, but this part is not required. You don't have to turn it into a hyperlink, but I do need to see this portion here. When this is all done, you click Save Changes, and you can see the online text of your homework assignment is just what you just copied and pasted. Yep.
I didn't do that last part where to put the URL, so I have to go back and.
You should go back and do that because
Will it still be there, like the URL thingy?
you have to go back to Google Documents. Sorry? Yeah, you have to go back to Google Documents and find your document, and then click Share, and it will still be there. Yep.
So once you've written that, just hit File. Once you have written it like that, just go up there and hit File.
No,
Rename,
it saves.
yeah.
You just have to rename it for your own purpose. It's for your own sake. If you do not rename it, then all the documents will be named Untitled Document, which is not going to be very helpful because you cannot tell which document is which document.
So how would you get to that though, right there?
Sorry?
You could write it. How would you get to that so you could write it?
I just demonstrated that.
I know, I was writing it, trying to keep up.
Okay, don't write anything because this is screen recorded. So at the end of the class, after the class, you can also go to YouTube and just kind of watch, how I did everything. This one is due next Tuesday, so you do have a bit of time to finish this one. Are there any other questions about this? Yep.
We can use our own personal Gmails, or do we have to use Los Rios?
As long, you don't have to use the Los Rios ones.
Okay.
You can use your own, as long as I can view your document through Google Documents or Google Drive, it's okay. All right. Any other questions?
This is due on Saturday.
Sorry?
Saturday is due. Due on Saturday.
This is due next Tuesday.
What is due on Saturday?
The quiz is due on Saturday. So this is one homework. Let me get this one done, and then we'll move on to the next one. Go ahead.
You mean I need to make some sentences and then send it to you?
Yes, you have to do exactly what I did, except you cannot use what I typed here already because that would be copied and pasted from my content, so that part would not be okay. But the rest, you have to follow these steps. That's basically what you're supposed to do.